Welcome to my channel Programming Wings. If you like the video, please click on like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for notifications. In this video, I am going to tell what are data types, why data types and types of data types, what are literals and types of literals, what is an object, how to create an object, what is type conversion, types of primitive data type conversion and types of reference data type conversion. First one, what are data types? Data type is something which gives information about size of memory location and range of data that can be stored inside that location. The purpose of the data types. Data types are used to store data temporarily in computer through a program. In real world, we have different types of data like integer, floating point, character, boolean and string, etc. To store all these types of data in program to perform business required calculation and validation, we must use data types concept. So next, types of data types. There are two different types of data types: primitive data types, reference data types. Primitive data types are used to store single value at a time. Reference data types are used to store collect multiple values using primitive types. Primitive types are divided into two types: numeric and non-numeric. Numeric are integer and floating point. Further divided into integer and floating point. Integer are byte, short, int, long. Floating points are float, double. Non-numeric, character and boolean. Byte is used to 1 byte of data. Short 2 bytes. Size is 2 bytes. Int 4 bytes. Long 8 bytes. Float 4 bytes. Double 8 bytes. Character 2 bytes. Boolean 1 byte. Similar values. To collect the same type of values, arrays are given, and to collect different type of values, class, interface, enum are given. Next, limitations of primitive data type. Using primitive data type, we can't store multiple values in continuous memory location. Because of this, we are facing two problems. First one, to store multiple values, for example 1 to 100 I want to store, we must create 100 variables, and all those variables created in different memory location in JVM. This is problem 1. Next, problem 2, using variables we can't pass all values to the remote computer with single network call, which increases the burden on network and also increases the lines of code in program. For that purpose, to solve the above problem, to group all values to send them as a single unit from one application to another application as a method, argument or return type, to group them as a single unit, we must store them in continuous memory location. This can be possible by using reference data types. What is meant by array? Array is a reference data type used to store fixed number of multiple values of same type in continuous memory location. Let's see an example of primitive data type. This is an example of primitive data type: byte, short, int, long, float, double, character, boolean. Next, literal. Literal is a constant. Types of literal. There are 4 types of literals: integer literal, floating point, character, string literal. Integer literal. All integer type literals are called integral literals. By default, they are of type int. If you want to represent them as long, we must suffix literal with small l or capital L, and we do not have byte or short type literals. Next, floating point literal. All floating point literals are of type double. If we want to represent them as float, we must suffix literal with small f or capital F. Double literal can also be suffixed with small d or capital D. Next, character literal. The single character placed inside a single code is considered as character literal, like this. All character literals are of type char. The rule for character literal is, in single code we are not allowed to place more than one character. In single code, if we can place either single space or one character. Next, string literal. Character placed inside double quotes is considered as string literal. All string literals are of type java.lang.string. In double quote, we can place 0 to n number of characters. For example, let's see an example. This is long type, suffixed with a small l. This is float, this is double character boolean. Boolean have only two values, either true or false. Let's execute this. Control 1 for compilation. Control 2. See, byte, int, long, float, double character boolean. That's it. Next, object. Object is an instance of a class. It has state and behavior. Anything that represents in real world object can be represented as object in programming world also. For example, car, animal, dog, etc. Anything. We create objects by using new keyword. Syntax is class name and the reference variable equals to new class name of the class. For example, first program is a class name, object 1 is a reference variable, new is a keyword, and the program name, class name. Let's see an example. I want to create an object for example class. Example object equals to new CMPL new example. I'm printing obj value here object dot to object control. This will print the address of the object value. That's it. This is a simple way to create an object. Next, types of primitive data type conversion. What is meant by type conversion? The process of changing one type of value to another type of value is called type conversion. For example, converting into integer. For example, integer, here I equals to 10. I want to convert this integer I value to float. This is called type conversion, converting one data type to another data type. We have primitive type conversions are of two types: implicit type conversion and explicit type conversion. Implicit type conversion means automatic conversion. In this conversion, there is no loss of data, hence compiler compiles the given class. For example, int size is 4 bytes, long size is 8 bytes. I am converting 4 bytes of data to 8 bytes of data. Then there is no loss of data, so it will convert automatically. So that is called implicit type conversion. Let's see an example. Here, float f1 equals to, I want to convert I value. I is storing integer of 10 data and reference, and I want to print that here last. Implicit type, control S, control 1, now control 2. Here implicit type, int value here 10. 10 is converted into the float value. This is implicit type conversion. Next, casting or explicit type conversion. Performing type conversion from highest range data type value to lowest range data type value by using cast operator is called explicit type conversion. It is also called narrowing and casting. Example for this is, now I want to convert long value, long into integer, int L1, I am naming it as L1 equals to L long value. Okay, now I have to print this. Control V. L1, right, save it and compile. It will throw error because there is a loss of data, so it is showing same. Possible loss conversion from long to int. For that purpose, what we have to do, we have to use cast operator here, like this, int. Now save and compile. Compilation success. Now run. That's it. Explicit type conversion. That's it. That's it. Next. Rules in primitive type conversion. Rule number 1. Source and destination data types must be compatible. Otherwise, it leads to compile time error, that is incompatible types. For example, in Boolean is there, integer and float are of types integer types, right? So what will, let's see an example. I'm taking billion p1 equals to the integer value, that is int I. Here I am taking I, and now saving and compiling. It will throw error, that is incompatible types. Int can't convert into the boolean. That's it. So whatever the type conversion we are doing, they must be compatible. Incompatible. Second, rule number 2, source type range must be less than or equal to the destination type range, otherwise it leads to compile time error, possible loss of precision error. For example, and I equals to F. Now saving and compiling. So this is also through an error, possible loss of conversion from float to int. Rules on cast operator. Rule number 1, cast operator data type must be compatible with source type, else it leads to compile time error. This is the source data type. Just now I have converted, this is the source data type, and this is the destination data type, and source data type must be compatible with destination data type, otherwise it leads to compile time error. Next, it should be compatible with destination type, it leads to compile, right? Next, its range must be less than or equals to the destination type, and else it leads to compile time error. And some special cases are, long value can be assigned to the float variable, but float variable can't be assigned to the long variable because float range is greater than long range. Floating point value can't be stored in long variable. For example, I'm taking one variable long L2 equals to float value f1 of type cast long. I am typecasting, and f1. Compilation success. If I take long four equals to f1 without casting, it will throw compile time error. Next, Character and number types are compatible types, so we can assign char literal to the number variable, int literal to character variable. Let's see an example. Character is there. Now character ch1 equals to, this is ASCII number. Java suppose Unicode characters set. Range from 0 to 6550. Unicode character set range is 0 to 65,535, and ASCII character set range is 0 to 255. So the rule is the number we are assigning to character variable must be in range of 0 to 65,535, else it leads to compile time error, that is possible loss of precision. Now if I print character this variable ch1, what will happen? Let's see. ch1 value save, compile. So now print. It is also printing A, and ch also printing A. This is ASCII characters. Next, special character question mark. If the assigned numbers corresponding character is not supporting by your computer, JVM internally stores the special character question mark by default. For example, I am storing here 256. Let's see, compile and run. See, special character by default it will store if the assigned character is not available. Next, reference type conversion. There are two types of reference type conversion, that is upcasting and downcasting. Upcasting means it is the implicit reference type conversion, the process of storing subclass object reference in superclass reference variable is called upcasting. For example, I am creating, let's see, class example is there. Now I am creating new class example extends keyword is used to create a subclass. Example 1 extends example. Now I'm creating here I'm creating object for superclass. Yeah. If I create object like this for superclass, then what will happen? Now compile and run. Yeah, it is correct way to create. If I create object like this, example 1, object equals to what will happen? It is throw error. What is incompatible types? The process of storing subclass object in superclass reference variable is called upcasting. This is called upcasting. Now compile, save and compile. Yeah, no error. Next, downcasting. Retrieving subclass object reference from superclass reference variable and storing it in the same subclass reference variable is called downcasting.